This is an overview of the doctor's preview component for the OKB Hope Foundation website. I'm working on this as part of a team. It is based in React, and we are going to have a back end with Strappy. I was in charge of this component, which is a preview of the doctor's section, and the idea was to show an avatar preview of the doctors in carousel format, where you could see who the doctors were before clicking on the link that would take you to the doctor's biography pages. I found a carousel option that would allow me to do a lot of nifty things. The first is being able to scroll in either direction by hitting the arrows. The second is being able to swipe. So if somebody's working on a mobile device, using your finger to swipe it works just fine. And the most important thing is it's responsive so that it looks great on a computer screen, but it also looks pretty darn good when you get down to cell phone range. So that's what it looks like on the website. Couple of challenges with this. Finding a carousel that I liked that was already designed instead of starting from scratch was a little bit challenging, but I found this Trendial React carousel that I liked. So I started with that as a base. And then I used some CSS to make the avatars, the images look the way I wanted with the therapist name and therapist specialty underneath. Right now we're using a local database to import those. That'll be connected to the back end later on. Okay, so that was the basic gist of that. The Trendial carousel had some pretty cool options. I'm going to start down here on the last one that I have here. It allows you to decide how many to show. So you'll see in the screen I have over here that it's showing 3, that when I click on the arrow, it slides over 2. And responsive means that it changes when I'm moving, or it changes where they're located when I'm moving. So you can see when I got to a smaller screen, they got a little closer together. When I pulled it apart, they got a little further apart. Swiping, obviously we already talked about. I didn't like their original right arrows, so I imported some Font Awesome icons and changed the color and the size to look the way that I wanted it to. And then I basically just mapped through all of the doctors that was up here and put them in. Now, the reason there's so much here is there was no real way to change how many doctors were showing up within that carousel item. So I used display, the class name of display, to show the amount that I wanted. So for example, this one down at the bottom, it just starts at medium, display medium, none. So it just stops displaying this one at medium. The next one, I set it at display none, but at medium, put it on block, and then when it got to block large, it was back to none. And this one shows 5. So if I expand this for you, that's our medium one. The next one I started at no display, at large turned it to block, and this one displays 6. So when I get to large, here we've got 6 doctors, and the top one, when we get to extra large, it shows 7, and I changed how many it slides through with each iteration there so that it would do a different amount. So that is the overview of the doctor preview component, the carousel, to preview all the doctor avatars.